Welcome back, guys. I'm Shadow, bringing you another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the factions. Since Faction Rally's back, we're going to see what armor, gear, and weapons they brought. So let's take a look. Let's see what Lakshmi has brought us this week. So, if you are the winner and you play to this faction, you get Timeless Vertex. You have Adaptive Frame, you have the Spark PS, and you have the Torch HS3. I'd recommend using that for the increased range. Enhanced Battery is good for PvE. Accelerator Coils, PvP, and Snapshot is good for both of them. This is a lower impact and a faster charge time fusion rifle. So if you miss your shot, you can have a follow-up shot really quickly. So, for the armor, you have the Simulator Hood, the gloves, the robes, the legs, and the Entanglement Bond. All these armors have mobility on them, and it'll take all the mobility away, put it towards resilience and recovery. So if you want that high resilience and recovery Warlock, go for it. And this is kind of the armor set right here. It's a little dotty, like the Tron kind of stuff, so maybe some shaders can help it out, make it look a little bit better. So we have the True Prophecy. This was available last time. If you don't have it, pick it up, but otherwise I pass on it. The number, we had this one from before. It's very similar to Uriel's Gift, and I would recommend this more for PvE since you can have extended mag and the increased bonus damage at the end of the magazine. The Pleiades Corrector. This weapon I'm only going to go in depth with a little bit just because it is a Mida competitor. Lightweight frame, so side to side. You have a short zoom sight, that's really good. High caliber round. As we all know, Mida flinches everyone. And Rampage gives you a bonus stack each time, 1, 2 to 3, and they each give you 10% increase. It is a medium impact scout rifle with a medium fire rate as well, same as Mida. So I'd recommend going for that one. The pulse rifle here, Heart of Time, was the winner choice for the faction if it were to have won. Rapid fire frame comes with the short zoom and the Impulse MS3. I personally stick with the Candle PS. The steady rounds and tactical mag. I don't really see a benefit because this is a fast fire rate pulse rifle. Has Dragonfly, same as not explosive rounds. It's the same as Firefly, but just less. This is a low impact but a high fire rate pulse rifle, same as Lincoln Green and the Iron Banner pulse rifle. So if you want a PvE version, this is a great one, and I recommend picking it up. Next, you have the Scotch Astic Variable. This is a new weapon that's being sold. So we have Tap the Trigger, same as Uriel's Gift. It makes it very stable. You have high caliber round, and you have phase magazine. Increases the impact, lowers the the fire rate down to, I believe, 600 to make it on the same damage as Antiope D. You have the Candle PS short zoom, and you have the Torch HS3. I recommend using this one to increase the range. Lightweight frame allows you to move quicker. It is, like I said before, a low impact and a high fire rate submachine gun. This is a sidearm, but I wouldn't recommend picking this up. This sidearm does not have a fit in this meta at this moment. It does have high caliber rounds, so if you want to use it for PvE, that's the only place I'd say use it for. So we also have the Memory of Interdict. Now when you look at this, the stats don't look that good, but you can make it very usable if you use Hard Launch, increases the velocity, and then go to Remote Detonator. It does lower the velocity, but because you increased it with Hard Launch, it's okay because it increases the blast radius. Rampage, you'll be taking advantage of this in PvE, not a lot in PvP. So, let's go take a look at what Dead Orbit has for us this week. So we're here with Arak Jalal. Let's see what he has for us. So, if you pledge to his allegiance and you are the winner, you get the Truth Teller. It is a grenade launcher. With it, it has the one-shot handheld grenade launcher with a remote detonation. Hold R2 to release and then to detonate. I don't like any of them that have this intrinsic perk because I'd rather just pull the trigger. But I understand it has a one magazine, so I get why you would want to hold the trigger and detonate it, but I don't really see a use for it. I'd recommend using Hard Launch to almost maximize that velocity. If you want to stun enemies, concuss them. If you want to damage them, Black Powder and Quick Draw is always a good perk to use, but I wouldn't recommend picking this one up because it's not the greatest. It's the best out of the bunch of them, but it's not the best either. So we have the Anti-Extinction Hood, the gloves, the robes, the boots, and we have the Stella Incognita Bond. All of these have mobility. They can all take the mobility away and put it towards resilience or recovery. So if you want a high recovery or resilience warlock, pick those ones up. So we're going to look at the weapons. So we have the 3 Graves. It's the pulse rifle. It's the lowest impact and highest impact. Highest impact, lowest fire rate. My bad, got them switched around. I personally stay with the loop scope, and I would put on the flare magwell just to increase the stability and the reload speed, and the bullets will only go down to, I think it's like 36 in the mag, which outlaw is great. So if you stack the 2 reload speeds together, it's really fast and it's good. You might as well try out a new weapon. You also have the Dire Promise. This is a good PvE weapon, but again, this was back available in the past one or through the Cage 6 chests, and it's okay, but it's not as good as what like the Better Devils is, so I would pass on this one. You have the 11th Hour. Again, this falls in the same category as the other sidearm from Future War Cult. It has Rampage, which kind of makes up for it a little bit for PvE, but other than that, I personally would pass on it since you have like Last Hope, and you have full auto sidearms, which are a lot better than single fire. You have the Gravity Slingshot. Gravity Slingshot has the increased ammo reserves, fast reload when crouched. Find that absolutely useless in Destiny just because of how much mobility you have to be. Accurized rounds is good for increasing the range. Tactical mag, not so good, and you can increase it with smooth bore. But the problem is that there's other shotguns that are better in this class, so I would pass on it. You have the Guiding Star. Now this is an auto rifle I've been waiting for and wanting to get because I pulled a green version like this and I really like it. So faster reload when magazine is empty, deeper ammo is reserved. You have the classic short zoom sight, and you have the red medium zoom sight. You also have expanded mag. You also have moving target, which increases your movement speed, target acquisition while moving and aiming down sight, which is really great. And you have high caliber rounds. Now it's going to lower your magazine to I think about 48, but it increases the range. But in all honesty, this is a good weapon. I've used the green version of it, and it's fun to use. It's just now better now that there's an actual legendary version of it. Highly recommend picking that one up. Next, you have the Haunted Earth. This is the scout rifle that's being sold when Dead Orbit won last week. I would not recommend picking this up at all. You have the Contingency Plan. This is kind of the same thing as the other scout rifle from Viced, and I keep it on the first perk. That's all you need it on. You have a pendant mag, and you also now have accurized rounds. I think this will only drop it down 1 or 2, so if you want the increased range, you can do so for aim assist. Other than that, just keep it on a pendant mag. Auto reloader is good. You know, you shoot, and since it's full auto and it's a high fire rate, you can just shoot, switch, go to your next weapon, and move on to the next target. So let's move on to New Monarchy and see what they have for us. So we're here with Executor Hideo with New Monarchy. So let's see what he has for us this week. So if we pledge it to his allegiance and they are the winners, we get the Honor's Edge. It is a legendary sword. It is an adaptive frame. It allows you to have the uppercut attack. I would keep it on the tempered edge just because you have more ammo. More ammo is better. The Enduring Guard, I would much rather use that because it would allow you to save your ammo capacity instead of draining it all very quickly. Now the End Guard is you get damage increase as soon as you swap to it. I don't know what that damage increase is, but the other swords that are designated per subclass for Titan, Hunter, and Warlock are a lot better and versatile than this one is. And the Raid Sword just puts this sword to shame in my opinion, so I would not grind or try to make New Monarchy win for this particular one. But let's see what else they have. So you have the Sovereign Hood, the gloves, the robes, and the legs, and you also have the Coordination Bond. As you see here, the armor set is really beautiful. I love it. I wish I could wear it because it is all in mobility. This is not the set you want. The set you want is to increase resilience and recovery for Warlock. Mobility doesn't do a lot in this game, only your height jump and your strafe movement. So with that, I would only grind for the 3 weapons just down here when we get to them. Sorry, 4 weapons down here when we get to them. And that's it. And then don't put anything else into New Monarchy, in my own opinion. Restoration 8. We've had it before. It's not that great. I'd pass on it. Much better options out there. The Song of Justice, we had it last time. It's not that reliable, and it's harder to control the recoil. It's a nice looking gun, but there's other ones out there. Now the Unification, actually I lied. There's 5 weapons to grind for. The Unification 7 is an amazing shotgun. It's a slug round, precision frame. Keep it on rifle barrel, keep it on high caliber rounds, and full auto system fixes the problem with the slug rounds where it's high risk, high reward. So if you just want to shoot body shots, you can easily hit people out of range and surprise people a lot with it. Now, the good counsel, this is a high impact frame, slow firing, obviously. SD thermal, it's my favorite sight. You also have armor piercing rounds, and you also have tactical mag. Use tactical mag, increases your magazine, your reload speed, and your stability just slightly, and that's a lot better. Hip fire grip, don't know why you would need this on a scout rifle, but if you're in a pinch, it can help in PvP and PvE. Now, the next one is the Intingrium, and I don't know that number. I'm going to assume that's a 10 with a 5, 15, 16, maybe? Yeah, leave a comment down below if you guys know what that number is. Now, a lot of people say that this sidearm is trash, but in my honest opinion, I think this is a gem. It's a hidden gem. Slightly reloads faster, magazine is empty, it's full auto. You have the Tactic SAS, the Target SAS, and you also have the Quick Dot SAS. Keep it on the Quick Dot because it increases that stability. That's a really high stability for this sidearm. Next, you have accurized rounds, and you have high caliber rounds. Go with high caliber rounds because you're going to stagger the enemy quite frequently in PvP and PvE, so this will help you win the duel. Next thing is snapshot. Allows you to draw your weapon really quickly and aim down sight, so it can be really potent while in the air or in front of someone. I'd highly recommend anyone to get this one. Next, you have the Older Sister 3. Adaptive frame, well-rounded, it's sturdy. You have the Hitmark HS. You have the Steady Hand HCS, and Crossfire HCS. In my personal opinion, I would go with the Steady Hand just for the increased stability, just for consistency, because it is a faster fire rate. You have alloy magazine, and you also have armor piercing rounds. I would personally just use armor piercing rounds to increase that range that you would lose to the Steady Hand. You have Ambitious Assassin. You will never see this ever proc in PvP, but you will see it in PvE. So, more of a PvE weapon. If you don't have it, pick it up. Maxim 6 is a new sniper rifle being sold, and it looks actually really cool. But we have adaptive frame, the SSO 15, the SSO 7, and the SSO 8. Use the short zoom scope, in my opinion, just because for closer engagements, if you're going to use it for PvP or PvE. You have the alloy magazine, which is fast reload when empty, or flare magwell. I personally just stay with the stability, and that would be the best thing for snapshots. That helps for PvP and PvE. So, with that being it for the faction review, guys, that's going to be it for the video. So, drop a like if you see fit, comment down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts on what armor sets you like and what weapons you like and are trying to grind for. And subscribe if you're new to the channel and want more Destiny 2 content. Take it easy, Guardians. Shadow out.